Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at the game OT Fantasy Draft. Now this is a drafting game and it is featuring characters and animals and things from the Old Testament. And the object of this game is you're going to try to score as many points as you can by drafting cards onto your team and trying to score the most amount of points with the combinations of the cards and the rules with each card. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so in OT Fantasy Draft, the object of the game is you're going to be trying to score the most points. Now what you're going to be doing is in the very beginning you're going to have 5 cards that you're going to be laying out here, and also in the beginning you're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards and you're going to look at them and then you're going to pick one of them. Now here's the way the cards look. You've got cards that are going to be in 5 different colors, and you've got different types of cards. For example, you have a regular man here, you have prophet cards. Some other cards you have what are called things, like fire, the Ark of the Covenant. You also have locations like the garden. And some cards are also going to be called what are called leader prophets. Right over here, this is going to be the point value of the card. But also over here, there's going to be a rule. And as you're basically picking cards out from the draft line and putting them over here, you're trying to make the best possible combination of cards to score the most amount of points. So for example, if you pick this one says destroys Goliath and Lion, you'll get plus 15 points for each destroyed. It'll also double the total points of the music card if you happen to have that. And these cards have all different kinds of rules on them and different types. So here's another one. This one says doubles the total points of all drafted women. This one says destroys Isaac, plus 10 for each Isaac, angel, or mountain. And then this one has points as well. So each one of these is going to have a different type of rule. So what you're going to try to do is make a combination of cards that's going to make the strongest amount of points. So in the very beginning, everyone's going to go ahead and pick out 2 cards, and you're going to go ahead and look at them, and then you're going to go ahead and pick one. And let's just say I decide I'm going to pick Deborah here, and then I'm going to place her face down here in my choice of cards. Now you're going to have 7 rounds that you're going to do, and at the end of the 7th round you're going to go ahead and flip this card up, and then you're going to score your points. And I'm going to try to see which card I would like to pick. The snake here says it's worth 13 points, which is good, but this is going to destroy one of my cards, lowest starting card, man or woman. Here's another one that says any destroyed man or woman goes underneath the cave. That'd be plus 12 for each person. Then you have Boaz. This one is plus 5 for each Grain or Ruth, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and pick, let's say I decide I'm going to go ahead and pick the snake over here, and I'm going to put him right over here in my draft line. Player 2 will go ahead and pick a card. Let's say he picks the cave, and then I'll go ahead and clear all these out, and then you're going to go ahead and flip over the next 5 cards. And then the second player, in this case, is going to go ahead and pick first. So let's say he looks in here and he says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Job over here. Job is worth 15 points, but he destroys all things. And this would be a thing, the grain. So let's say he picks that. I look and I decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick Egypt over here. 6 points, and this has this rule on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take these cards out and do it again. Okay, so let's say we've gone ahead and done the 7th round, and I'm going to go ahead and flip over my card that I picked that I'm going to put over here on the end. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and start scoring all these cards individually, looking through the rules, and then resolving them. So the score sheet basically goes like this. You'll start with the starting points, which is going to be this. So right now I've got the snake, so I've got 13 points right here. This says destroy one of your lowest starting point men or women. So right now I have a man over here, but he is protected by the angel card over here since he is a prophet, and this card protects prophets. So we just keep on going down over here, and then we go to Deborah. And Deborah is a woman, and she is not protected. So we're going to go ahead and take her out. So we've got 13 points. We go over here to Egypt. This says plus 8 for each Joseph, Pharaoh, or river. I don't have any of those cards, so I will get this the plain 6 points. When we go to Moses, it says plus 4 for every unique starting points number from 1 to 10 in your draft line. So I'm going to go ahead and count the 1 point, and then I'll go ahead and count 4 points for this, 4 points for this, 4 points for this, 4 points for this, and then 4 points for this. So that's 20 extra points right there. Going over here to the angel, this says protects all prophets, plus 4 for each prophet. Moses is a prophet, so I'll get 4 points for the angel, then 4 points for Moses. We go to the Ark of the Covenant, that's 8 points, and then this says plus 8 for each Aaron, angel, or Moses. I've got an angel here, so that's 8. Moses over here is another 8, so that's 16 points. Right over here, this is the pit card. This is 10 points, and this says One man, woman, or animal has no rules, silenced, which basically means it's going to take out the rule that you have to follow. So when I go to the lion, it says destroy one of your highest starting points, men or women. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this rule for this card, and that takes out this rule. So nobody's going to get destroyed, and I'm going to go ahead and get a bonus 14 points for that. So that's how the scoring works. So anyway, both players are going to go ahead and add up all of their points, and whoever has the most amount of points of the game is going to win. And that, folks, is OT Fantasy Draft. So my final thoughts on OT Fantasy Draft. Well, I will admit this is the first drafting game that I've ever played, and I'm sure that there are several out there. But this is a game my wife and I enjoy a lot. We play this quite a few times each week, and this is probably going to be one of our coffee house games as well. Having all these different rules where you can lose points and you can try to destroy people, but you can still get points destroying people if you end up getting the pit card. And there's so many different combinations of ways you can score points in this game, and you really have to think about what you want to do. You're looking at each card, seeing how it can help you, and really great game, I think. You have like cards that destroy other cards, but you can protect different people, classes of people like the prophets and the men and the women. There's even a goat card which you can use to sacrifice in place of a man or a woman. So a lot of different cards, a lot of different classes, a lot of different rules that you're looking at, trying to figure out the best way to score points with the cards you got. This is one of those games that plays differently just about every single time you play it. I really enjoy it a lot. And if you're a fan of like the Bible, I would definitely recommend checking this game out. It's not hard to learn, but it definitely has a tremendous amount of strategy in it and thinking as well. So yeah, I would definitely check it out. All right, guys, that's my review of OT Fantasy Draft. Catch you later. Keep on gaming.